I first met with Natalie, her talking about how no man in her life until her current partner had supported her in her career, and that being a big thing for Lucy with Nick. And I think I have so many supportive women around me in my life for my career. It's important for me to play, sort of this role in this space. So that was a big sort of subset of, I guess, the general topic of diversity.
It was really special. I think it really added an extra layer of meaning and significance for me to be on a set that is so diverse and to have it not be talked about. I think it was never a conversation of like, do we need to address that she's a brown girl or that two brown people are dating each other or that her mother is blonde? Like there's all these kind of these honest nuances that I think make it feel so real and reflective of today. And I think that it's really cool to see and be a part of.
It has been a very long journey. I'm going to say you might hear a baby in the background right now because I did give birth 3 days ago to my second child. The same week I'm launching a movie. And so this is a little quick PSA for female directors because we can do absolutely everything. There you go. There's the baby in the other room. So sorry about that. But this movie has indeed been like a labor of love. I wrote the first draft over 10 years ago. I was a struggling writer trying to make it in Hollywood. I had broken up with my boyfriend. I had been fired from my job. I was obviously not doing a great job at life. And, I was sorting through the detritus of my past relationship as I was moving. And that's sort of where the seeds of this idea came from. They kind of grew from that. And, I think writing is so often like, unfortunately, like breaking up with a bad boyfriend. You devote your life to a script and you spend all this time and energy writing and rewriting. And sometimes it's just not meant to be in that moment. Timing is often everything. And so you sort of put it away and you kind of go, okay, like maybe one day I'll revive that beautiful, draft. And about 5 years ago, when I was pregnant with my first child, I was approached by No Trace Camping, who were the writers, producers on this project, the producer financiers, on this project. And they said, we really want to make this film. And I sort of treated them like a bad ex-boyfriend. I said, okay, is it going to be different this time though? And it really was. And, I rewrote it for the upteenth time. And this time, with all the experience that I had accrued over the years. And I had a real vision for what I thought I wanted it to look like and feel like. And we talked about that a lot. And finally they said to me, why don't you direct it? And I said to them, well, what do I have to do? Do I have to act it out for you or make a reel? And they said, no, you just have to say yes, because you already know what you're doing. And we're here to support you. And, I said, thank you for letting me know what it feels like to be a straight white guy. I'm going to take you up on that offer. And I am going to go full steam ahead and jump in the sort of spirit of Lucy with both feet and never look
She's
back.
Unbelievable. I'm in awe of Natalie Krinsky. She had a C-section and then immediately started doing interviews and is releasing a theatrical film worldwide in the same week. I mean, she can do anything, and it's so satisfying to be a part of her journey and to see her fulfill her destiny as a director. I mean, she's grown up Lucy, and she's just the life of the party, and people are so drawn to her, and she just can really inspire the best in people. And I think it just meant on set that everyone was just as enthusiastic as her and wanted to do their best work. And the fact that she was so humble and collaborative with us and really opened the floor for us to bring our own ideas and thoughts and jokes and to really bring ourselves. I think that was really smart and humble of her.
This cast has given me such a myriad of incredible gifts, starting from Geraldine, who is in basically every single scene of this film and carries it with grace and humor and emotion in equal measure. You know, I think she can do so much with her face without saying a word. And then she opens her mouth and she's like the Lucille Ball of our generation. I think she's an incredibly gifted comedian, but she's able to access emotion underneath in this really subtle way. And I think she just nails it in every scene of this movie. And then we have Dacre, who is, you know, this heartthrob on the outside and who truly on the inside is kind of a shy, timid person. And he accessed that very much in this role. And then we have this cast of just incredible comedians from Arturo Castro, Ego Nwadem, Phillipa Soo, Molly Gordon, Megan Ferguson, you know, these people who each brought kind of their own sort of special weirdness, I think, to the roles that they occupied, and just whatever the size of their part was, just like nailed it and made such an impression.
I think it's an even better time for this to come out than when we made it now, because I think obviously we're coming out of this sort of very dark period of time and there's this lagging COVID fatigue. And I think this movie will promote and inspire a real moment, or 98 moments, or however many minutes there are, to have escapism and to sort of go into a cinema or wherever you end up watching it and really escape from the world. And hopefully some of that fatigue will turn into catharsis from a sort of easier time before.
I think we just need to feel good. And this is such a feel-good movie. And romantic comedies for me have always been my comfort food. It's always where I turn to. So it feels like, in a way, it's kind of really special timing, because it does add that extra layer of meaning, because we're also just wanting to feel good. And I feel like in what I've been watching in quarantine, like, you know, at first I was trying to watch prestige, serious things. And then very quickly I was like, I just want to escape and laugh and get lost in stories about love and New York City, and just reminisce on life as we used to know it, and we kind of took it for granted. And I feel like this movie is such a celebration of friendship and love and community. It feels so alive. So I'm really excited for people to see it in a communal space, safely, of course.
Where is the buzz?
Oh, yeah. Where is the buzz? You said was mine.
Where